And we thank you for staying with us this afternoon at 5. I'm Glenda Lewis.
And I'm Brian Abel. Two Metro Detroit families grieving the loss of loved ones to carbon monoxide poisoning.
The most recent yesterday afternoon. Detroit police say they found a man in his 20s on the ground outside of a vehicle and a 1-year-old inside.
And now a warning from professionals who see these tragedies all too often. 7 Action News reporter Darren Cunningham spoke with a doctor and a local fire chief on ways you can stay safe.
Faulty home furnaces are probably the #1 cause of unintentional carbon monoxide poisonings, as are motor vehicles.
When natural gas, gasoline, or other types of fuel containing carbon combust inefficiently, it makes for a potentially deadly outcome: carbon monoxide exposure, also known as a silent killer.
First of all, don't try to heat your home up with that oven or that stove. Don't have a generator inside the home. Don't use it. If you're going to use your generator outside of the home or a power washer or anything with a gasoline engine, keep it at least 20 feet away from any window, any vent.
From medical professionals to fire chiefs, they say it's always a good reminder that any one of these items could mean the difference between life and death. It's just as simple as going to your local hardware store, like Brooks Lumber here in Detroit.
And I would probably, I would probably change it every year just to make sure, just to be safe. And if you have any medical symptoms, any dizziness, if you're feeling faint, just get out of there, call 911, and we're coming.
In the past week, 2 families suffered tragedy in Metro Detroit. One claimed the lives of a couple in their 70s in Rochester Hills. And just yesterday, Detroit police report 2 carbon monoxide deaths. Officers found a man in his 20s on the ground outside of a vehicle, and a 1-year-old was inside.
The vast majority of them, thankfully, are not fatal, but they can leave some semi-permanent or at least long-term consequences too, with significant exposures.
According to MI Prevention, about 650 people in Michigan are poisoned by carbon monoxide every year, which Dr. Andrew King says could last for months or up to a year, depending on the level of exposure and the person.
One of the things that we can do is really prevent carbon monoxide and making sure that you're getting your furnace tested. And if there's any concern about carbon monoxide exposure, you can always call your local fire department or your utility company, and they can come check levels to make sure that you're safe.
Darren Cunningham, 7 Action News.